Hey everybody, I'm here in the studio getting ready for season 5, and I thought to stop and share a scripture with you. The past few days have been kind of difficult, and yesterday was exceptionally heavy, and I felt a little bit discouraged and drained. Sometimes when you're trying to do things, things happen, people let you down, and you start to really question why you're doing what you're doing. And that's how I felt yesterday. And the scripture came to me about the parable of the sower in Matthew, the 13th chapter. And this is why I teach the word and I love the word so much because it really ministered to me. And it talked about in the fourth verse, it said, "And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up," right? And then it says some, they fell into the stony place. And because of the stones, they popped right back up. But they were not able to be sustained because they had no depth, right? And then they just were dried out by the sun and they died. The sun scorched them because there was no root to get to any water. And then it says, "And some fell among the thorns, and the thorns choked them out." But then it says, "Some fell on good ground," right? "And it brought forth fruit, some 100, some 60, some 30 fold." When I got to that scripture, it just gave me such a spirit of peace and comfort because everything that you do is not going to produce. Everything that you invest in, every person that you invest in is not going to bring you a return. But when and where God decides to give the increase, it's going to be enough, right? So when we look at this sower, if the sower had been upset and frustrated and hurt because some fell by the wayside and because some fell in the thorns and because some fell among rocks, he would not have been able to focus on the ones that fell on the good ground. And my encouragement from this parable was to focus on the good ground. Don't stop sowing. Don't stop giving. Don't be discouraged. Definitely don't quit and give up because something is always going to come through. But you've got to keep going. And I love it. See, it's the parable of the sower. He was a sower and he had to sow. We have to sow. We have to continue to sow. We can't control what happens to every seed that we sow, but we can control whether we sow or not. And something is going to land on good ground. But if you become discouraged, right, and decide to stop sowing, then you're never going to reap anything. And that was just a message to me because you don't always, this has been my lesson, you are not going to always reap from where you sow. But the Bible tells us that whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Keep going, be encouraged, keep sowing, because something is going to hit that good ground and you will be blessed and you will prosper and you will reap your harvest.